Hi, this is Nick Forster. We're going to share one of our favorite eTown shows from the archives, and it starts right now.
From eTown Hall in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, it's eTown with this week's guests. From Queens, New York, Jerron, Paxton and Dennis Lichtman. Interview guest Nicole Watson. And from San Francisco and Chapel Hill, Goodnight, Texas. I'm Helen Forster. Right now, here's Nick Forster.
Thank you, Helen. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to eTown. We are excited. We've got some guests this week who have paid attention to the past. They've actually learned from history and are applying those lessons to the challenges at hand. Jerron, Paxton, and Dennis Lichtman, they've not only scoured the world for some great music from the late 19th century and the early 20th century, they have mastered their instruments. They are a lively duo. They play some lively music at an incredibly high standard. And they're here from New York, and we're so glad that they are. We've been looking forward to this for a long time. Filmmaker and environmental activist Nicole Watson is here. She has definitely done her homework, studied what came before. She's finding green solutions to pressing problems. She's doing a great job. We'll learn more about that in a little bit. And up first, the band that got its name with the help from Google Maps. One of them lived in San Francisco, one in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and the absolute midpoint between them was this little town in the panhandle of Texas called Goodnight, Texas. It was probably late at night when they figured that out. But it stuck. They write new songs, but they are definitely inspired by some old stories and, historical things. Old photographs, daguerreotypes and tintypes and old letters have contributed to the stories that they write about in their new songs. They've had a ton of adventures in the more than 10 years that they've been together. Please welcome to eTown for their first visit, Goodnight, Texas.
How are you? This is very cool. We've played in this theater one time, but we have not done the program. So it's an honor to be part of the program.
Driving in a cold sweat, there is no one on an icy highway northbound to Alaska, hypothermic, where the sun can't find me. Pistol in the glove box with a shot left, in case they come for answers to the questions only I know what it is they're after. Gas up with a credit card and an alias that I learned this morning. Dead flies around the heat lamp, no receipt please. Hide face from the camera, peel out on a snowbank, but I landed and I'm back on the highway northbound to Alaska, hypothermic, where the sun can't find me. I can see them, I can feel them, I can hear them speeding up behind in an unmarked hallucination in a wilderness where the law can't hear me shouting, begging mercy on the concrete while they kick my jaw and driving in a cold sweat. There is no one on an icy highway. Thank you very much. Haven't got a dime, but I know how to have a good old time. I ain't got a dollar, baby, when I do, gonna go and spend it all on you. When we get the money, we could run away, sing a little song about yesterday. They're never gonna catch me long as I'm alive. You and me together, we'll survive. Put it in the tea, stir it with a spoon for you and me. Sitting in the parlor, waiting for your mom. You're the best gal I ever saw. When we get the money, we could run away, and I don't give a holler what they say. They're never gonna find us till the day we die. You and me together, we'll get by. Dressing, looking mighty fine, like her in my shoes until they shine. You can have my heart if I can have your hand, and I can make your daddy understand. Haven't got a penny, haven't got a dime, but I know how to have a good old time. I ain't got a dollar, baby, when I do, gonna go and spend it all on you. Break the lockbox, get the gold, just as much as I can hold. Out the door, to the car, all together we'll go far. Yeah. This is a hold-up, mama. I was born to be a bank robber. Hand over your last gold dollar. This is a hold-up, mama. This is a hold-up. This is a hold-up, mama. This is a hold-up. They're never gonna catch me long as I'm alive. You and me together, we'll survive.
Goodnight, Texas. Welcome to eTown. Avi and Pat, you both got interesting names. Avi Vinocur and Pat Dyer Wolf. And as I understand it, the Dyer Wolf went extinct 9,000 years ago. So how did you get that name?
That's true. People used to ask me if my parents were big deadheads, because there's a song,
Right.
Dyer Wolf.
Yeah.
And then that switched over at some point to people asking me if I was into Game of Thrones. I'm not sure if they were asking if I had changed my name based
Right.
on being a fan of Game of Thrones. Or what.
Paleontologists, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
And Avi, it's Vinocur. Cool. Well, welcome. How did you guys meet? We know the story about Goodnight, Texas, and finding the midpoint between where you guys lived. How did you meet?
We met in like 2007,
Yeah.
and the first thing I said to him was, "Are you a fan of Game of Thrones?" And he said, that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. Am I right that you have an interest and a fascination with sort of 19th century stuff, old photographs and letters and stories and things like that?
Yeah. My family just kind of saved everything, and everything kind of funneled to my grandmother on my mom's side. So we had all the documents, deeds. We had a clock from the 18th century. We just kind of kept everything. And I have the same tendencies if you look at my garage.
Yeah.
I just kind of always was fascinated with old stories. My grandparents told stuff like that. I think Pat was too.
Yeah, it turned out that my mom had a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can just imagine a lot of stories by looking at a lot of really old photographs.
Well, not all kids think it's cool when their parents have a lot of old stuff. A lot of people, oh, God, I'm going to go get involved with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And Avi, I know you were a little bit late coming to the mandolin, right? That was a later addition to your musical repertoire, and it kind of taught you some stuff, right?
When I started playing it, like I just kind of couldn't stop making up songs on this thing. And it was just like, I couldn't contain myself. So I just kind of started trying to learn to do it in my own guitar way.
I'm sure you've had this experience, Nick, because I've seen some of the instruments you have. When you get a new weird instrument, there's just all sorts of music in it.
Yeah, that's right. It teaches you stuff.
Yeah.
But in Avi's case, it also introduced him to an opportunity to play in Metallica, which is not what you think of as a old mandolin, kind of a gateway drug leading to this experience. But in your case, that happened.
I've worked for them for many years, and they know I have a band, and they know I play mandolin and sing. So I ended up kind of playing with them, and they play acoustic sometimes.
Yeah.
It's really amazing, and they really are into different genres of music and things, and I think they see the connection between bluegrass and Americana and the heaviness that is heavy metal.
And playing on the Howard Stern show with Metallica is a thing that you can, again, not many folk rock mandolinists from San Francisco get to say they've done that. And what about practicing and getting together when you guys live so far apart? Is it a hassle? You just do it on the road and wait till you have gigs and connect? And
We always kind of break it in on the first show of the tour. That's the throwaway one, which is this one. So
yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. I know you've gotten a lot of placement of songs in like film and TV shows and commercials. Is that something you have to also sort of study and practice and train to be good at that?
I think we just got very lucky, is all it is.
And then it's just lemmings following each other.
I guess so, yeah. Then they're like, wait, that was in a Coors commercial? Sure, let's put it in Tiger King.
Yeah, that's right. The first episode of Tiger King was like 2 minutes of your song, right?
It was bizarrely, yes.
Yeah.
Our manager pitched it and said, yeah, there's this Netflix documentary. It's called Big Cat Country. And we were like, okay. I totally forgot about it. And then 9 months later, everybody was texting me, hey, man, you didn't tell me you were on Tiger King.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's Tiger King?
Yeah. I think it's a dire wolf Tiger King connection. Not totally sure. Well, listen, we've got much more music to play. Glad you're here, and welcome back, if you would, to eTown. Goodnight, Texas.
Why don't we get Nick and Helen on this one? Okay, should we try it?
Let's nail it.
Here goes nothing.
Jesse got trapped in a coal mine, digging in the dark black pearl. Jesse got trapped in a coal mine and never did marry his girl. There ain't no air and there ain't no light, and there ain't no way to make it out alive. His wedding was planned for the 5th of July, but Jesse got trapped in a coal mine and never did marry his girl. Black and your eyes get burned and your lungs get tired and poor. It draws you in like an opium den and beckons you back for more. There ain't no air and there ain't no light, and there ain't no way to make it out alive. His wedding was planned for the 5th of July, but Jesse got trapped in a cold did marry his girl. Down, down under West Virginia, down, down in the pitch black earth, down, down on her knees she cried. My love is somewhere in that mountain. Got trapped in a coal mine, digging in the dark black pearl. Jesse got trapped in a coal mine and never did marry his girl. She held out hope for a couple of months that he was still living somewhere, and he'd put up the strongest kind of fight. He'd dig himself out with the dynamite. He'd finally be free on the 5th of July. But Jesse got trapped in a coal mine and never did marry his girl. Down, down under West Virginia, down, down in the pitch black earth, down, down on her knees she cried. Down, down, deep below the surface, down, down by the Mason-Dixon line, down, down on her knees she cried.
My love is somewhere in that mountain.
That's Goodnight, Texas, from San Francisco and Chapel Hill. That's Avi Vinocur on vocals, mandolin, and guitar. Patrick Dyer Wolf on vocals and banjo and guitar. Joshua James Jackson on the bass. Cody Rhodes on the drums. Dave will be back to play some more music later on in the show.
Your visit to eTown is made possible with support from the Sage Foundation, the Cielo Foundation, the Scintilla Foundation, the City of Boulder's Office of Arts and Culture, and our members, our citizens, and listeners like you. By the way, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you, for your viewing pleasure, there are over 2,000 videos on the eTown YouTube channel. You can also subscribe there in order to stay up to date with our latest video offerings. You're listening to eTown.
I'm Nick Forster. You are listening to eTown. Goodnight, Texas is going to be back to play some more music in a little while. And we've got a great duo, Jerron, Paxton, and Dennis Lichtman from New York. They are just a delightful duo. They have a lot of great music in them. Banjo, mandolin, clarinet, more. You're going to hear some great stuff. Okay, so I know that things are a little strange out in the world these days, and it's easy to get discouraged. But there are always good people doing good things. It's happening out there. We have, for many years, tried to share those stories with you, and this week is no exception. Our next guest, Nicole Watson, is one of those people. She's a filmmaker, explorer, adventurer, innovator. She's been for many years finding ways to infuse an awareness of the challenges our planet is facing in all of her work, whether that's making documentaries or producing music festivals, starting nonprofits, or advising others. She's been busy. And she's here this week to tell us about a project that's making a real difference for young people in Africa. Please welcome to eTown, Nicole Watson. Welcome, Nicole. So glad you're here.
So great to be here.
Yeah, it was a nice coincidence. So tell me about what's going on. As I understand it, you started a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
Econic.
Yeah, so I moved down to Los Angeles around 2010 to pursue film industry work. At that time, it was front of the camera, but I slowly moved more into producing and directing with a goal to create impact-driven programs, ideally around wildlife conservation or documentaries with impact.
Yeah.
It kind of led into launching the nonprofit. And then as I started working more with impact-driven projects overseas, I was just feeling a lot more of a charge and an energy flow when I was working on that versus some of the film work. So I moved more into the nonprofit work. I wanted to move more into the environmental side. And so when I moved over to Kenya, I was able to do just that.
As I understand it, northern Kenya, there are a lot of regions that don't have electricity, right?
Yeah, so it's off-grid regions.
And so for young people who are trying to stay in school, and particularly for young girls, this is a critical obstacle that they face, which is when the sun goes down, no more reading, no more homework, no nothing, unless they are huddled by a fire somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And you found a different way to help them with that.
Yeah, so we did a number of projects. We built a school and library, did a lot of tree planting, and then we were also doing solar light distribution in schools, working with different off-grid schools. And that one we had the biggest traction with, and we started having the biggest impact. And I also shot a documentary film about that. And through the process of the film, we started interviewing some of the moms and students in the communities, also the elders, and learning about the unexpected impacts from the solar lamps.
How big are they, the solar lamps?
They're just like, the size
For
of
our
your
radio
palm,
audience.
really.
Yeah.
One side has solar, other side's a light, 3 different
Intensities.
intensities. Yeah.
So they are just simple on a stand.
Yep.
And one part is the solar panel and the other part is the light. And when they charge during the daylight, how long can they illuminate whatever the kids are working
On the low beam, about 9 to 10 hours.
Oh, wow.
Medium, about 5 or 6. And the high beam, I think about 3 or 4.
3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. So
Plenty of time before they need to go to sleep.
Yeah, so we were measuring the metrics of educational performance from the previous 2 years, but once we went into the village and spoke with everybody, we learned that not only were they scaring away hyena from the livestock and getting snakes and scorpions out of the homestead, they were no longer breathing over kerosene and fire, so health
Right.
issues.
Yeah.
But we learned, the moms and some of the girls told us that when they put a light outside the hut at night, strangers or raiders who often come to steal livestock and who also come in and assault them under the cover of darkness will no longer come into their huts.
Wow, so it's a huge impact.
So the girls are saying, yeah, with the light now we can sleep comfortably, like
Wow.
so nonchalant, where this was a major issue,
There's been a lot of studies that also show that for girls especially, staying in school makes a huge difference
Yeah.
in Africa in particular, because otherwise they're diverted into some, early marriages and taken out of the educational process.
Yeah, so if a student shows a bit of ambitious spirit within school, often the family will come together and support them.
So quickly, the solar lights, you found that was a place that really could make a difference. Then you have to make them. So somebody manufactures them and somebody pays for them and somebody distributes them. So is that all you? Are you paying for stuff and making them and spreading
I'm
them
not
around?
making them yet.
Yeah.
But I have been working with some designs to make a more sustainable, eco-friendly light
Yeah.
than just the regular plastic ones that we're buying. My foundation, Econic Earth, does fundraise to pay for the lights. They run about $4 to $5 a piece wholesale right now. And
And you've distributed how many so far, do you think?
we've distributed to about 7,000 children. But our new goal is to reach 1 million children by 2030.
Oh, wow.
And I have a new partner that's come on board called Child Fund. They're from the States. They've been around for 85 years. They're in 70 countries with their alliance members. They love our program. They're allowing us to scale into more countries.
Any direct stories of the impact from the lights that you've distributed?
Yeah, so one of the elders ran up to me in one of the villages, and he's like, Nicole, it's like we have light in our community now. And he's like, you wouldn't believe it. I used to come home, and I couldn't see my wife's face or my children's face, and we kind of communicate in a certain way. But now I come home, and I can see their expressions. So we're actually communicating differently with a light at home.
It's such a simple thing to be able to provide inexpensively, but really impactful work that makes a difference in the families that you're sort of exposing this new idea to. I can't imagine what the downside would be.
The only downside I can see is the waste factor. So it does have a 5-year lifespan.
Yeah.
What I would like to do is develop our own solar light using either a hemp-based plastic or a sea waste plastic, so at least second use, and do the casing in something more sustainable.
Yeah. Well, it's cool that you've been on this journey and you want to make a difference, and you found a spot where you really can, and now you can double
Yeah.
down and set a very audacious goal: 1 million kids by 2030. And if people want to learn more, is there a website they can go to and look at stuff?
www.econicearth.com. It's kind of like iconic, but econic, ECONIC.
Well, thanks for being with us. Thanks for sharing your story. And if people want to learn more, it's econicearth.org. You can find out more about Nicole's work. And I'm sure I know, in fact, there are film clips of some of the work she's doing. So thanks again for being here, Nicole. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us on eTown.
Definitely. I love Boulder, so it's
Yeah.
so great to be here.
Thank you. I mentioned that Goodnight, Texas is going to be back to play some more music in a little while. And right now I want to tell you about our next guests. Dennis Lichtman and Jerron Paxton are two serious musicians. Dennis, among many other things, runs the Trad Jazz Jam Session at Mona's in New York City. Big celebrated jam session that the New York Times and Wall Street Journal all write about. And he has played at Carnegie Hall. He's taught master classes all over the place. He plays the violin and the clarinet and the mandolin. He has been featured in film and TV, and he's played with David Byrne and all kinds of stuff. So he's a big deal in his own way. Jerron Paxton, similarly, is a big deal in his own way, unique character. He is the master and expert of all kinds of pre-World War II black music, whether it's 19th century banjo music, New Orleans stride piano, ragtime, or blues. Jerron can do it all, and he can do it really well. You're about to see for yourselves. We've been trying to make this happen for a while. American roots music like you've never heard it, probably. Please help me welcome to eTown for their first visit, Jerron Paxton and Dennis Lichtman.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a lovely introduction.
Yeah.
I've got to earn every word of it.
Why, thank you. Why, thank you.
Dennis Lichtman shredding the mandolin.
Jerron Paxton shredding the guitar.
Thank you very much for that lovely reception. We came all the way from the lovely borough of Queens, the working borough, the most diverse borough.
The borough with the best food.
Yeah, I think so.
I know so.
They'll fight us on that in Manhattan, but to hell with them and they oblong little island.
That's right. Well, that first tune was called Teasin' the Frets. It was the B-side to Pickin' the Guitar by the great guitarist and singer Nick Lucas, who recorded those two sides in 1922 at the age of 25.
He had some good B-sides.
He did.
The other good B-side of Nick Lucas was Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
That's right. That was a big hit for him long before...
No, it wasn't.
Was it not?
No.
Well, it was a huge hit for Tiny Tim, but Nick Lucas... I do stand corrected. Thank you, Jerron.
Nick Lucas didn't give a damn about Tiptoe. All right. We will bring something to you that we have found here waiting on us as soon as we arrived. That was some good old-fashioned sunshine. Lots of cobwebs in your head. You're getting rusty, so you said. You're feeling badly, and everything looks great. You're feeling worried, yes indeed. I know exactly what you need. A little sunshine will make you feel okay. Give the blues a chance. Find a sunny place. Go and paint your face with a little bit of sunshine. Pay your doctor bills. Toss away his pills. 'Cause you can cure your ills. Little bit of sunshine. That's if you take each teardrop one by one before it is too late. Hang them up out in the sun so they evaporate. And when your troubles start pounding at your heart, just rub that injured part with a little bit of sunshine. Give them blues a chase. Find a sunny place. Go and paint your face with a little bit of sunshine. Pay your doctor bills. Toss away his pills. 'Cause you can cure your ills with a handful of edibles, a good drink of whiskey, and a few little bits of sunshine. If you take each teardrop one by one now, before it is too late, hang up out in the sun. So they evaporate, and when your troubles start pounding at your heart, rub that injured part with a little bit of that UV ray. You'll be okay. Rub that injured part with a little bit of sunshine.
Thank you, Ron.
All right, Dennis Lichtman, Jerron Paxton, welcome to eTown. You guys sound great.
Well, thank you. Oh,
Yeah,
thanks,
man.
Nick.
No, I'm so glad this happened. So I was talking to the Goodnight, Texas guys about how their parents or grandparents had a whole bunch of old things in their universe when they were growing up, and that just sort of inspired them. What got you on this path of looking back to early music from our musical heritage?
Well, I heard all kinds of music when I was a kid. My mom was a classical music, or is a classical music buff, and she had played clarinet when she was younger and also piano, and had classical records going in the house all the time. So I had classical lessons on violin and clarinet starting when I was a pretty little kid. I was supposed to choose, and I never chose and just kept adding and so on and so forth. But in addition to adding instruments to the arsenal, I also kept adding styles of music because I would hear something and maybe not know what it was exactly, but something would just stick in there. And I remember as a kid hearing a band playing in a park, just a free public concert, and I just loved the beat. I mean, the music just felt good, but I remember hearing the clarinet kind of weaving around what all the other instruments were doing and thinking, I have no idea what that clarinet player's doing, but I want to figure it out someday. That just happened over the years with various styles of music that just, I heard it and just something in me went, I need to know more about that.
Yeah. And Jerron, you were just born that way, right?
So I've been told.
You were born old.
Yeah, there are several people who've known me since infancy who can attest to that situation. I was known as the little old man since I was about 8 years old.
Wow.
Getting in trouble for doing things and saying things I didn't know were for adults.
Yeah.
You know. I'm a Negrosaurus Rex. They saw me frozen in the ice with my banjo, thawed me out, and brought me here.
Yeah. All the tunes intact. I don't know if you guys ever read, Billy Bragg wrote a book about the history of skiffle music in England. And the one thing that not the one thing, but one of the things I took away from that book is that it was trad jazz that was actually catching on like wildfire in the early 50s in London and around. The kids were crazy about trad jazz, and there were bands that were forming, and there were people who were making pilgrimages to New Orleans and coming back. On one of those pilgrimages, they also brought back Leadbelly and Big Bill Broomsey and a couple of other more folk tradition musicians. And that led to the skiffle craze, which of course led to eventually the British invasion. So it's really interesting to think about the excitement of that sound from New Orleans in the 20s as those ingredients came together. And it was pretty special, right?
Sure. Well, there have always been waves and cycles of interest in things of a certain time period, like traditional jazz we're talking about now, but blues and folk music on string instruments and ragtime and all these other types of music weren't initially separated into different genres. They were all blended together, and then record companies found that they could sell more records if they, no, this is a blues record, and this is a jazz record, and this is a folk record, and all of that stuff, it was just always mixed together. Louis Armstrong recorded with Jimmy Rogers in 1930, and then 25 years later, wow, blues and folk and jazz are being put together in one thing in England. I'm glad that happened. I'm not denigrating that entire movement, but
you kind of
it wasn't brand new. But when young people catch on to something and start doing it in a way that's exciting, that's never a bad thing.
Yeah.
It just doesn't mean that that's the first time it was ever done.
No, it's like Bela Fleck saying, "Yeah, I watched the Beverly Hillbillies, and that's the first time I ever heard somebody play the banjo."
Great.
Yeah, welcome.
That's awesome.
I will say that when I was 5, there were 2 records in my dad's record collection that I just latched onto. One was by Bix Beiderbecke and one was by Jelly Roll Morton. I have no idea why, but as a 5-year-old kid, those were like, this is cool. There's energy here that I was chasing. Jerron, the banjo, I met a guy a long time ago named Clark Bueling who was interested in playing what's called classical banjo.
Classic.
Elucidate.
Classic banjo is the music that was built around the modern banjo. Bluegrass, which people tend to treat like it's an old, ancient style that's hundreds of years old, came out after World War II. You know, it's a style of the middle 40s and early 50s. Old-time music, which people think is an ancient music that I hear people... One of my friends who shall remain nameless loves going on these long rants about this is a music that goes back before minstrelsy. It goes back before these books were published. And I was like, all right, well, why are you playing it on the banjo from Chicago in 1930 with your southern self? And, you know...
So there's rules, is what you're saying.
Some people, when you ain't got talent, you come up with rules, you know? And that's what you do.
Well, listen, we've got a lot of music to get to, but I love the fact that this is deep in your bones and you don't have any rules. You're going to just speak the music that speaks to you, and we're going to get to more of it right now. Once again, this is Dennis Lichtman and Jerron Paxton. Glad you're here. Let's hear some more music.
Great.
What do you
Sounds
think?
good.
Thanks, Nick.
All right. Thank you, baby.
One, two.
There's a little spot right by that river, and that little spot is quite well known. Right near it is that old Isle of Manhattan, so near Manhattan that you could just telephone. When you get there, who knows how long you'll stay there? A day, a week, a month, a year, or more. Now when we get there, they plan for your welfare. As soon as you step foot on the shore, oh, it's warmed by that sunshine and kissed by that dew. Just cross the river from Queens. Oh, what a welcome be waiting for you. Just cross the river from Queens. Oh, what a view of that river and sky. Tugboats and sculls whistle as they go by. You can live like a king without a cent in your jeans. Just cross the river from Queens. Oh, it's warmed by that sunshine and kissed by that dew. Just cross the river from Queens. Oh, what a welcome be waiting for you. Just cross the river from Queens. Oh, what a view of that river and sky. Tugboats and sculls whistle as they go by. You can live like a king without a cent in your jeans. Just cross the river from Queens.
Yeah, Jerron. Well, I think it's about time to get some guests up here. Let's get Nick and the eTones to join us for this next one. Give it up. Do we have some Bob Wills fans out there? We all know Bob Wills as the king of Western swing, but do you all know that he was also the king of divorce? He was an expert at it. Somewhere in between numbers 5 and number 6, he came up with this delightful song about moving on from one's troubles and looking to the joy in the future. This is called Time Changes Everything. There was a time when I thought of no other, and we sang our own love's refrain. Our hearts beat as one as we had our fun, but time changes everything. When you left, my poor heart was broken.
Oh, poor baby.
Our romance seemed all in vain.
What's the matter with you?
Now the dark clouds have gone and there's blue skies again, 'cause time changes everything. Time has passed and I have forgot you. Mother Nature does wonderful things. I guess it's true for both me and for you, that time changes everything. Go ahead, Nick. You can change the name of an old song, rearrange it and make it swing. I thought nothing would stop me from loving you, but time changes everything. So good luck, goodbye, adios dear. I can't say I won't love again. You've gone your way and now I'll go mine, 'cause time changes everything. You go your way and now I'll go mine, 'cause time changes everything.
Dennis Lichtman and Jerron Paxton from Queens. Dennis's record is called Secret Workshop. Jerron Paxton's record is called Things Done Changed. And their record together is called Jerron Paxton and Dennis Lichtman. Along with eTones, that's Christian Teal, Adam Bodine, Eric Tureen.
Your visit to eTown is made possible in part by the Scientific and Cultural Facilities District, or SCFD, one of the largest cultural funding mechanisms in the United States, supporting nearly 300 organizations in the greater Denver, Colorado area. You're listening to eTown.
I am Nick Forster. I'd like to say hello to our listeners who are hearing eTown right now on stations like KTSN Sun Radio 100.1 FM in Austin, Texas, on KPND 95.3 FM in Deer Park, Washington, and on KSMU in Springfield, Missouri. Thank you for tuning in. As always, if you want some more information about our guests, a lot of stuff is online at etown.org. You can also subscribe to our podcast and our YouTube channel, and you can do all that stuff. You can find us. I am not sure how we ended up with two musical guests who were inspired by, if not driven by, Arcana from earlier times. We could call it brilliant curation, or we could call it a happy accident, but whatever it is, both of our guests this week were inspired by old things. We're glad that they were. It's cool to hear those currents running through what they're doing now. In fact, let's get back to music. Would you please welcome back to the stage Goodnight, Texas.
Pat and I were talking about how about 10 years ago, we hung out with Jerron Paxton and got to watch him make songs, and it was like one of the best things ever. This is a real treat for us. We were really excited when we found out he was playing on this bill. So,
I mean, Dennis too. Let's not leave Dennis out.
Of course, Dennis. Perfect.
It's not that I grow weary of these streets, highways and country roads. It's not that I can't get in, but some hanging around. Yeah, I just can't stop leaving town. It's not that I've been looking at my watch, the shadows that grow on the grass. It's not that I got fearful settling down. Yeah, I just can't stop leaving town. But oh babe, it's lonely when I go away. But I get such an itch in my bones when I stay. It's not that I'm not thirsty for your skin. The lines on the palm of your hand. It's not that I just get lost so I can be found. Yeah, I just can't stop leaving town. Yeah, I just can't stop leaving town. But oh babe, there's no need to drive me away, 'cause I get such an itch in my bones when I stay. That I've been wanted for a crime, at least not one that anyone knows. It's not that I got fearful settling down. Yeah,
I just can't stop leaving town.
Thank you very much.
How about Goodnight, Texas? Avi Vinocur, Patrick Dyer Wolf, Joshua James Jackson, Cody Rhodes. Goodnight, Texas. I want to thank all our guests this week. We're going to do one more song. And I want to thank all our guests. Thanks to, of course, the guys from Goodnight, Texas for coming out to Boulder and being a part of the show. Thanks to Dennis Lichtman and Jerron Paxton. Thanks to the E-Tones and Helen Forster. And I'm Nick Forster. Hope you can be with us next week right here in E-Town.
I came in last night, 10:30. That baby of mine wouldn't let me in, so move it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over. Move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in.
She changed the lock on my front door. My door key don't work no more, so get it on over.
Move it on over.
Scoot it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, skinny dog, 'cause the fat dog's moving in.
The doghouse here is mighty small, but it's better than no house at all. So ease it on over.
Move it on over.
Drag it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, old dog, 'cause a new dog's coming in.
The little bitty poodle gon' be the ruin of you, so move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in.
I hear you.
I'm gonna sing one more verse, lay it on the shelf. If you want any more, you can sing it yourself, or move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog moving in.
What did you say?
Oh, move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog moving in.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Yeah, yeah, move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in.
This is a production of eTown.